That show was not good.
That was Dal and...
I am Jonn Ritland. That is...
the Derbinator.
If this is Vince's idea on how to shake things up, he deserves to have low attendance. The talents don't, but he does. If this is Heyman's way of trying to make the show better, this is bad. What?
I would have to say that Vince sees it like a young infant. In which case he did shake it, because it's dead.
Shook it like the puppy, like Tommy Lee Jones and Men in Black. It started off different. I don't, and I want to say this much, just really, really quickly. The whole thing of like, I don't know if Heyman's helping run the creative on Raw or not. I don't know if Bischoff's helping run the creative on SmackDown yet or not. I don't know. It could be a transition. If you can't turn the Titanic around, you can't do this kind of stuff. You can't do all these cliches and everything.
They could turn the Titanic around. They decided to just keep going ahead, and then they saw the iceberg. At
least they didn't do a sequel like James Cameron's doing a bunch of Avatar sequels. This was bad.
You've never seen Titanic? The Legend Goes On?
I have. It was terrible. This turned into the late WCW. I know I've said that cliche a lot. This was not good. There were a few good parts. But so you got running down the card. They show a quick shot of the Street Profits backstage.
And then nothing.
Good job, Kevin Dunn. Good job.
It gets back to the Street Profits, and we'll get into their appearances that really held no actual meaning other than introduce them to the crowd.
Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman Falls Count Anywhere match.
And it's dead.
Corey says
All of them are dead.
Yeah, Corey says at one point someone could tap out on the grassy knoll. Good thing to say in Dallas. Really good thing to say in Dallas.
But also, they were not after an incident at the ramp where Braun collided with Bobby Lashley. They go through the LEDs, and then for about 10-15 minutes there are fireworks and pyrotechnics going off to make it seem like everything is blowing up.
Went on forever.
And then as it turns out, this time they were not taken to a hashtag local medical facility.
What did Renee say?
They were taken to the hospital.
Even
Even Michael Cole said it later.
He did say it later. Corey at one point said, holy shit. They let that air. Of course, the crowd was chanting moldy ship as they were.
No, they weren't.
They were chanting... Just gonna torpedo that?
Yes.
Joke? Okay, good. Yeah, the stage collapses. I really do not like, battles on the entranceway. Okay. They feel very staged to me.
Speaking of staged, how about waiting like 10 fucking minutes for them to finally get past this whole segment? That does not include the commercial break.
They sold this, and as you said, they sold it like it was supposed to be
real, and
it wasn't. I'm not saying they weren't hurt. I mean, you could gimmick that all you want. That probably did hurt to do that.
Yeah, it's just it really seemed like something that they were trying to sell as real. Because if it wasn't for all the pyrotechnics, I might have actually believed that.
Yeah. That didn't work.
But it was good production in a way, though. You got someone running from backstage, grabbing a camera, and you can see the camera coming up, going live, and then moving out to go film the action like there's an actual thing that needs to be caught.
My thing is, though, is if this was Heyman's doing, there's a reason why Heyman, in charge of ECW, Beyond Creative, did not work ultimately, because the shows were a mess.
You gotta move things along. Get them down a little quicker. You could shave 15 minutes off of this show easily and have another match.
Could have added more to the women's matches that they
could have had a tag team match, another one.
Could
have with actual tag teams.
Or at least add to the women's matches. Because you didn't have those last
You could have had the Good Brothers go up against the Street Profits, or the Good Brothers go up against Ryder and
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Who we see later. So yeah, this did drag on for a while. They got stretchered out. Okay, taken to a hospital, hashtag local medical facility.
Yes.
Viking Raiders, Viking Raider Experience versus the New Day. Ooh. And then, of course, Joe starts attacking Xavier, causes a DQ, then attacks another black man. Joe
So we've had a no contest, we've had a DQ, and then we come back from commercial to a 6-man tag.
Viking Raider Experience and Samoa Joe versus All the New Day.
Viking Joe Experience.
And, of course, they are a well-moiled machine, fitting because Heyman's in charge. Yeah, Kofi passed out. Joe choked him out. That's pretty good booking, though, because it's too bad Joe's going to lose.
But it at least sells you on the fact that they will portray him as a legitimate threat to Kofi Kingston.
This is true. They could have been doing
We've
that.
seen too many plot lines. He's seen far more than I have, and we see where this usually goes.
And I'm not saying Kofi having an extended title reign is a bad idea. We just know it's Shane winning it from him. We know it is. And ultimately what that's going to do is take the title and throw it in trash. Joe being a legit threat, that's cool, but the problem is they had 2 years ago they had that chance at Great Balls of Fire. How well did that work out? 1F5, Great Balls of Fire, Chris.
Great balls.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's Kofi versus Joe in a ladder match at Extreme Rules. Apparently, they're just making this shit up as they go along. In 24/7 title recaps, I want to punch myself in the goddamn face every time this shit happens. It's fucking terrible.
I have no idea why.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
To me.
But
I know you like it.
And as I explained to you, it breaks up the flow of the show. If you've had 2 serious segments and you want to transition to something more comedic, this is a way to break it up and also give talent that you're not using something to fucking do.
Drake brought his wife to Raw, who's apparently a wrestler. I was not aware.
I'm pretty sure if I remember right, but
good for her.
But no, this was. I mean, it had its moments, and Drake trying to portray himself as, I'm not going after the title. I'm not going after the title. After his wife convinced him not to pursue the title.
What was his wife's name anyway, Renee?
I don't remember.
Good on them. They seem happy. They can see eye to eye, as you said.
Yeah, because they're the same height.
Just stupid. It's not entertaining to me. I emphasize to me because other people find it entertaining. It would be a good palate cleanser, except this palate is cleansed with shit. To me. Good Brothers and Styles.
Yeah.
Good Brothers are trying to well, AJ, you should have beaten Ricochet, but he almost beat you. They're stirring shit. And then we find out why later.
Well, yeah, you don't... I mean, it's not like you could have someone go up to him and go, I want to see the real AJ Styles! Whack!
Remember when they...
heel!
Remember when they did that and I actually wished that AJ had really slapped Vince?
Yeah. So, they did this properly with people that he's familiar with, who are familiar with him, and know what he can really be like.
And they're leaving the company in a couple months.
Probably.
Can you blame them?
Yes. It's technically their decision not to sign.
Just gonna run over that joke, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you do. Yeah, truth in the conga line, because No Way Jose is out there with a Vote for Jose shirt. That was actually pretty good.
And he really wanted to push Drake Maverick's buttons. But he also apparently wanted to push Drake Maverick's wife's buttons, too.
I mean, Vince is already pushing my buttons with his bullshit, so... This is worse than the WCW Hardcore division. That had Sandman in it. That had Sandman in it. Do you know how hard you have to try to be worse than something Sandman was in?
Be Santina Marella?
Do you know how much harder you have to try to be somebody other than Santina Marella or Disco Inferno?
Be James Ellsworth after leaving WWE.
I mean, you know, he did expose himself legit as... Yeah.
There are worse things!
Yeah, but Sandman was still did not belong in the ring.
Could be the Warrior!
Yeah, but he's dead, and I'm happy about that. So, yeah, we get the Vote for Jose shirt. It's cool. We then get more 24/7. Can you utilize these people? Stop with the wild card rule. Stop with the wild card rule and actually form some tag teams and do something better. This is not how you use people.
Yeah, you can totally pair No Way Jose out with somebody like, say, R-Truth.
Cedric and Apollo. What show's Apollo on? SmackDown?
Cedric and Apollo as a tag team? That would be fucking wild.
Wouldn't it? Is Apollo on SmackDown? I don't know who's on what show
Cedric
anymore.
is on Raw. Apollo is also on Raw, isn't
he? He was talking to Andrade last week, or Zelina, and then Andrade blindsided.
So they're SmackDown.
I guess. I don't know. Wild card. Yeah, so
nothing means anything anymore.
Cedric, who could be competing for legit championships, but no, this fucking bullshit. And then, seriously, this is like a live abortion on TV.
Yeah.
So Cesaro beats up No Way Jose.
Very quickly.
No match, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then we get more stuff with the 24/7
interview with
Charlie. And that was fine. That was I don't know This is the last time they got interviewed by Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, whatever. Street Profits got a lot of TV time.
Oof.
And Miz interview with Sarah. Hey, Charlie and Sarah on the same show. Okay, cool. That's nice. Speaking of palate cleanser, moving on. Miz interview. Miz's babyface run is dead, by the way. It's dead. It's DOA. It's done.
People still support him.
I love the Miz. I want him to succeed.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a WWE title shot and wins it. But anyway, we then get recaps of Elias and Shane. We don't need more Shane on TV. Vince, you goddamn cancer of wrestling.
I'm gonna have fun editing the audio later, where it's just peak, 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 peak.
Why would you beep that?
Peak. It's when the audio peaks above
Oh,
its ability to record.
I'm sorry. Oh. Vince needs to stop pushing his son and realize that he has better heels on her. He has, like, Drew. Drew deserves better than to be Shane's lackey.
Drew should be Universal Champion right about now.
Fuck, make him U.S. champion.
Make him Universal Champion, because that'd be preferable.
Well, yes, it would. I'm just saying that make him a champion or something. When he was a tag team champion with Dolph, that was some good shit. Such good shit. Yeah, and then they're calling out The Undertaker. Lightning and spoopiness.
Yeah, production value.
Yeah, and the lightning and shit, and Taker comes out and talks forever.
Taker took forever to come out. And then he finally comes out after, like, Drew had finally, like, settled out of the pose like he was in, ready to fight.
God, right?
And it's just like... And then he appears. And then he walks. And I know it's supposed to be an air of mystery, but... At this point, I'd rather just strap him to a hoverboard and watch him work that one out.
That was WrestleMania 21. There was actually a walkway, and I made fun of that, where he was going to the ring and go, wee.
Alright.
But, look, I love Undertaker. Undertaker has done so much. He has torpedoed and torpedoed and torpedoed and torpedoed his legacy. Vince is an idiot for continuing to bring him back. Taker's an idiot for continuing to work. Because he's going to need an Undertaker soon. And I love Undertaker. He's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
He does not need to keep wrestling.
No kidding. If we have to see another slow, plodding match from
Super Showdown
20 years past his prime Undertaker.
10.
Just...
Stop.
Yes. Stop the pain.
Why push newer talents when... And I love Taker. I'm not saying Taker should not be utilized, but this ain't it. This ain't it. No. And then we get Corbin and Lacey. So we go from a demon to a Southern and a bald Republican guy. Okay. Maybe Corbin is. I don't fucking know. Lacey, who's carrying this whole fucking team right here, because I'm sorry. It's not that Corbin is horrible, he's just not very good.
She's the brain and the brawn and the beauty and the things.
She has her fist cocked and ready.
Ready.
And then if she faces up against Natty, Corbin's at ringside.
Yeah.
Corbin needed to help Lacey beat Natty. Natty, who I love. Natty, who has not won a match all that much recently, lost to Lacey by a distraction. Oh, and Becky and Seth are apparently dating.
What?
Possibly.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know, man.
What?
I don't know what else you could take off to sell that whole thing. Whoa, okay. I suppose I asked for that one. Yep.
If only the announcers have told us this 100,000 times.
God, yeah, it's just 100,001 times at the rate they're going. But then look. Anyway, let's get on with
They
it.
appear to have some fun banter back and forth.
They did. We'll actually get into that
Poking fun
here.
at each other.
What? Mr. Small Package poking fun at the man. So we get the woman's rights.
This is one thing he can do.
We think of Ricochet Hawkins, a writer that we remembered are on the show.
Yeah, and I'm theorizing that if anything Paul Heyman had influence in on this, it's dragging more attention to the fact that Raw does have tag teams. May not be a lot of them, but they got tag teams. And they may be building just maybe like a tag team tournament. I don't know. I'd like to think so.
Take some of the people from the 24/7 title thing and actually make a tag. Drake and EC3 is a tag team.
Yes. Fucking yes with that. Have Drake Maverick actually wrestle though.
Yeah, he actually can. Then Gallows and Anderson and Ricochet. They're trying to say, well, Styles said he could do this, more stirring shit.
Yep.
Then we get Styles and Ricochet slapping each other. It sounded like meat getting hit.
Yeah. I challenge you to a duel.
Well, I challenge you to a duel. And then Ricochet almost looked scary. He's like, oh, I really slapped him. Fuck. So, Then we get Miz
Sorry, best buddy.
They get Miz and Elias. 2 out of 3 falls, Chris. We're back on SmackDown.
Yes. Was it the old 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
Opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
Miz, Elias, Miz.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say 1, 2, 3. That was the women's match, though. Yeah. So yeah, Miz wins, and then Elias wins like soon after, and then Miz wins. Miz's babyface run is dead. It's dead. I'm not saying switch a heel. I'm not saying that.
Oh.
This is actually working.
I say settle up the feud with Shane. Give him a few more months as a face, challenging with somebody else, someone more
credible.
Yeah, someone that he can have a promo banter with.
Andrade.
Someone he can have a promo banter with.
Zelina can do the promos.
There you go.
You don't tell me that Andrade. Don't tell me the Miz couldn't help Andrade with maybe like telling a good story, because Andrade can tell a great story in the ring, but I'm saying Miz has been around in WWE more and tell more of a WWE story. Andrade is flashy and great in the ring.
Miz is the proto MJF. I mean,
best heel in wrestling.
Yes, he is.
Best heel in wrestling. So yeah, Charlie, Becky, and Rollins. Charlie wants in on the man. She does. She did. If you don't think she did, this and the banter. I'm sorry, I didn't like it.
But then, as the banter got wrapped up, Maria Kanellis shows up.
You're not the first couple of wrestling or in WWE.
Yeah, that would be like Randy Savage. I mean, the Kanellises.
They're both dead, and I'm sad. You're welcome.
Oh. But yeah, Maria challenges Becky and Seth, and somehow it's made into the very next match.
When did Mike shave his head?
I don't know.
I've seen a bit of 205 Live, but I don't remember him having hair that short.
Yeah. Anyway,
we think of Mike and Maria, Becky and Seth. I don't know what this was, and it was bad. Bad.
Serious talk.
Yeah.
Why are you breaking up the Kanellises? Kanellisi?
Kanellisie.
It's a bad idea. Using pregnancy as a joke. That worked so well the last time. 2 times. 3 times. Claire Lynch. There's certain territories you don't go into. I know, Vince, you don't remember because you killed all the territories.
And he killed the pregnancies?
Yeah. It's not his fault. Maybe don't. Maybe don't do this thing.
Fucking disappointed I didn't make that joke.
Me too.
I was there for Sissy's debut. Go ahead.
But it's just a matter of Mike and Maria this is all they got going right now, character-wise. They're a happily married couple.
With a great daughter. I don't know what the hell the daughter's name is, but they seem happy.
Doing this feels like Attitude Era garbage.
It's not as bad as the Terry Reynolds miscarriage angle, which is a thing that actually happened. That's why Russo and Ferrara should be sent to hell. But yeah, Maria berating Mike. It went from like 0 to 60 and then went backwards, like to -60. It made no sense. It made no goddamn. I hated this. And then Maria at one point. Well, no, you can't get me pregnant. It's like, Becky's the man. Maybe I'll ask her to impregnate me. Not gonna lie, I would watch that. What? I have issues.
I know.
A lot of them.
Probably kept in a shoebox under your bed.
Just some tissues.
So.
Let's just say, Gren, to go off your point, Mike and Maria, no, don't break them up.
Yeah.
I get it. If they sign new 5-year deals, great.
I know who to call. If you need someone for marriage counseling or counseling in general, get Dr. Shelby.
I was actually wondering where you were going with that because I couldn't think. So anyway, Charlie and the Street Profits and Paul Heyman. Well, Charlie didn't do a very good job not trying to laugh.
The Street Profits were,
I mean,
chewing the scenery there. But
Charlie's called the scenery?
Bianca might be jealous.
Oh God! I
forgot about that.
I did. Oh. This was Montez's crowning moment.
Yeah, I guess that's where Ricochet left it.
Don't want to know where else.
But he walks backstage and he looks at Montez. He's like, "I've been looking for that."
It's my crowning achievement. No, this. I don't know what Heyman.
I can't wait till Montez Ford faces his ultimate opponent, though. Montez Dodge.
Dodge!
Dodge!
This.
It was a weird backstage segment. Yeah, they poked fun at Paul Heyman, which
is easy to do.
Yeah, and also that also means that Paul Heyman was totally okay with this.
It just, I don't like it because no, nothing against profits. I just don't want Heyman on TV anymore. They need to end this thing with Brock.
They do, but they can't just abruptly end it. I mean, they could, but the people who do like Brock Lesnar somehow still, will probably find it a little less believable.
Yeah, but Brock's not interesting.
It also leaves a void because he has the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, which they should have given it to Ali.
They should have given it to Ali, I agree.
Or, I mean, at that point, give it to Baron Corbin.
I was almost right on that fucking prediction.
You were, actually. You know what? I think I gave you that one instead. I think you won those predictions. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Moment of Bliss. Then we have Carmella run out, because wildcard rule. Carmella beats Alexa Bliss in like 10 seconds. Maybe 30. And then we come back for commercial. Nikki beats Carmella. Why do you hate the women? Why the women got like?
Well, they had to break it up for the commercial break instead of just having that after the Alexa Bliss match or after the Moment of Bliss.
I'm just saying with this, the women got maybe 10 minutes.
They totally could have had a moment where Nikki goes, you know, fight me. But instead of that, we just get back from commercial to a match. Which makes no sense. You gotta develop this. This is how writing works.
This is why Vince has pushed so many fans away. He won't let other people control the product. They could actually do better. I'm not saying Heyman could do better. He couldn't do much worse. I mean, he could. But then we have Sarah Schreiber, once again, great to have her on screen, talking to Nikki and Alexa there. Says, oh, the fans want you to face Bayley at Extreme Rules instead of Alexa. That means we're going to get a triple threat. And that means maybe this whole horrible storyline will come to an end and Nikki can actually be used in something good. That's not to say I want Alexa written off TV.
This is going to be good. It becomes a triple threat match.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss tells Nikki she's going to lay down for Nikki, pin her so that Nikki can become the champion. Second Nikki does that, roll up.
That means that Alexa is a Raw superstar that wins the title.
Correct.
That's dumb. Yes. No, I'm not saying your idea is dumb.
It creates a feud. It shows Nikki that Alexa was indeed exactly what everyone told her she is. This creates a feud to help build Nikki's stock a little more because Alexa's great at character, great at promo work. She can help bring Nikki over more and more.
Okay. Do they not realize that this storyline went nowhere and has gone nowhere since?
Does it have no potential at all?
None.
To me.
Yeah. I'm not saying your idea is bad. I get what you're saying. They need better storylines with the women. And then we get Drake and his wife, whoever her name is. Good.
First is just R-Truth running away from everybody.
EC3, who could be used better, by the way. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is the backstage segment, right?
Yes, the backstage.
Okay. So R-Truth manages to break away from the crowd that's chasing him. Sees Drake Maverick. He panics for a moment, but Drake's like, no, don't worry about it. I'm just on my way out, going out for my honeymoon. And as R-Truth walks away, he picks up his luggage. He throws at R-Truth, knocking him down. Yells to get a ref. 1, 2, 3. Drake is now the 24/7 champion again. But it doesn't end there. His wife shows up, and they both haul ass out of there.
And he says...
But Drake forgot his luggage.
That too. He also says, we can now do it 24/7. Let me highlight once again just how...
little Oompa Loompas. They're going to be like an average height of 4'4".
Watch them have like normal sized kids, like the little couple. Little people, big world. I'm sorry.
You remember that one Gary Oldman movie?
Gary
Oldman played a dwarf.
Fifth Element? What movie?
I forgot the name of it.
I don't actually know what you're talking about.
I figured you would know because you've seen dumb movies like that.
I have, but I mean, you have to let me know in the comments, guys. I hated this with a passion, with the passion of 1,000 suns.
I know.
And if you could use people better than this, but why? Why would you want to do that? Oh, it's getting clicks on YouTube. Congratulations. So do kids eating paste.
Actually, no, not as many.
Yeah, I know, but it's...
The kids opening up toy boxes, yes. But
this is true. Kids do find this entertaining. Kids are also stupid.
But it is good from a marketing perspective because it attracts the crowd that are going to be staying with the product far longer than you and I are going to be alive.
I don't think WWE is going to be around by the time I'm dead.
But the way that they're planning this out, it's the only smart business decision they've made for a while.
That is sad.
Not in your eyes, because you're not part of the past 2 generations.
You're saying I'm old, Chris.
Yes.
I mean, you're right.
I'm not Gen Z. I'm a filthy millennial. This is for like the Gen Z, the Gen. What is it? You got
Generation.
Yeah, Gen
Triple
Z
X.
Whatever.
Look.
That's an entirely different kind of movie.
Oh God, wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bad. Terrible.
Okay.
Ricochet and Styles, U.S. title. And then it gets restarted because he hits phenomenal form, but Ricochet's foot's under the rope.
Yeah, he intentionally moves it. And despite the fact that a ref's decision is final,
we get
an immediate rematch.
Gallows and Anderson are out there arguing with AJ Styles.
A restart to the match after the commercial break.
Yes. We have AJ and Gallows and Anderson talking and everything, and Ricochet hits the dreaded small package, which is Seth Rollins' move, and gets the 3. And then it looks like Styles is gonna like attack Gallows and Anderson, or what the hell are you doing here? And then he hits him.
Yep.
And he turns heel.
Yes.
Instead of beating up John Cena, they're beating up King Ricochet. They're beating up the Tyler Man.
Trevor Man.
Oh, fuck. Whatever. I meant Tyler.
Good job, John. Who would have ever called you a wrestling encyclopedia? Wait.
I think your mom did. Actually.
And me.
Yeah, you did.
No, she called you the Rain Man of wrestling.
The Rain Man, right, okay.
But, regardless.
Styles clash off the ropes, by the way.
Yes. I'm all for him being a heel. If Gallows and Anderson are going to be healing it up, AJ's got to heal it up. This could lead to an actual stable developing. Anyway.
No. They're leaving soon, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. I mean, who knows? They could change their minds. They haven't signed, doesn't mean that they're not going to.
True, but I'm sorry, D. I'm sorry, I did not like it.
I'm going to give this one a D+. This was... I'm not downgrading 24/7 title because it's not been as bad as you perceive it to be. Just because you're not the crowd for it. But, anyway... that is our thoughts on the show. Don't tell me what to do. You don't need to cue me to point out my pull.
What? I was just doing this.
Oh, sure. You know the usual hand movements I do.
Yeah, you do a lot of hand movements. What the fuck?
What?
The fuck are you conducting over here?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay!
But yeah, pull. Like, dislike, subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you think of the show. Raw, I mean. Or us.
You can do that too.
We can use some ego stroking. Don't laugh, John. But yeah, this has been Real Honesty with John Ritland. I am not John Ritland. I am the Durbinator. And you have a great night.
Do not stroke my ego.